class today, we're going to talk about two industrial design pioneers. Okay, again, beginning of the 1900s, you had designers who were needed to come around and help with the process of how we were manufacturing things. Manufacturing taken off just amazingly so, and there was a lot of room for creative people to help guide how things actually looked back in the day when things were being built, when we first started doing things. Mr. Raymond Lowry and Mr. Henry Dreyfuss were some of these pioneers. Raymond Lowry, and I've given you this document, you can read through a little more detail, but what's fascinating to me is Raymond Lowry, a Frenchman, comes to New York about 1919, right after World War I, gets a job in Macy's, a very famous New York department store, starts doing window designs, works his way up through doing graphics, and one of his notable achievements to date is we're still using his graphics on Air Force One. So when you see Air Force One with these blue and white graphics, this is Raymond Lowry. This is the gentleman who designed those graphics, okay? The other thing that Raymond Lowry did, he also embodied what's called streamlining. Streamlining design is where you emulate the kind of airflow science that comes out of a wind tunnel and something you study on airplanes. And this, again, goes back to early 1900s, and it's used today. So whether it's a 2020 car or a 1911 biplane, the resistance of air and the ability to lift the form, in this case with an airplane, how it lifts is very important. And of course with the car, it's how it stays on the ground. But you have this sort of what's called a teardrop shape that starts like this and opens up and goes back, okay? So that's something we're going to look at today. And one of the things that was quite amazing with him, and actually with both gentlemen, Raymond Lowry and Henry Dreyfuss, they did train design. Now, they didn't design the train per se, but you had existing trains that needed to have an aerodynamic shell to it. And again, when you put an aerodynamic shell on something like this, and you make it go through the air cleaner, you basically reduce drag, basically drag of the air on the vehicle, and you reduce basically the amount of fuel it takes to actually move this vehicle. So when you make it slippery, as they say, going through the air, you lose less fuel, and it's a lot less costly. Okay, so people were spending money to take these old trains like this, like we're used to seeing in old movies, and they put these Airstream sort of very sleek, streamlined type bodies on them. Now, what's interesting about this design is that it gives us the ability to show how, when we're drawing something, how we can show how big this is. Again, it's a train. This is huge. People are about this tall, from here to on this train. So part of our sketching will be able to show how to show something in a large perspective and how it grows, okay?